Here we're going to look at one example of constructing a sampling distribution of a proportion. Suppose that we know that 40% of all college students have used marijuana in the past 6 months. Construct a sampling distribution of p-hat given that random samples of n equals 200 are drawn from this population. From this scenario, we know that n equals 200 and p, the population proportion, equals 0.40. Recall that if both n times p and n times 1 minus p are at least 10, then we can apply the rule of sample proportions and we can approximate this sampling distribution using a normal distribution. N times p equals 200 times 0.40, which equals 80. N times 1 minus p equals 200 times 1 minus 0.40, which equals 120. Both n times p and n times 1 minus p are at least 10, so we can use the normal approximation method. From your notes, recall that the mean of the distribution of sample proportions will be equal to the population proportion, in this case 0.40. The standard deviation of the distribution of sample proportions, in other words the standard error, will be equal to the square root of p times 1 minus p divided by n. The square root of 0.40 times 1 minus 0.40 divided by 200 equals 0.0346. Now I'll go to Minitab Express and I'll construct a normal distribution with a mean of 0.40 and a standard deviation of 0.0346. I'm going to construct a probability distribution plot for a single distribution. This is a normal distribution with a mean of 0.40 and a standard deviation of 0.0346. This is our sampling distribution of p-hat given a population proportion of 0.40 and a sample size of n equals 200.